Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to begin by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing this truth with no due diligence and sincerity. You see the title of this image. Most Zionists don't believe that the Most High exists, but they do believe that He promised them Palestine. Illan Pappe, Israeli historian. Let me read that again. It's basically a small hat. Illan Pappe, yeah, he's a Israeli historian, so he's a forger of lies, clearly. But anyway, he did say one perplexing truth that the small hats believe. Most Zionists don't believe that the Most High exists. They don't even believe in the Heavenly Father. They read and believe in the Talmud. They believe their God is Satan, but they do believe that He promised them Palestine. Look at the irony in that. You know why these people are not the people of the land? Because they are the seed of Esau Edom, man. Esau Edom, Ashashwa, also known as Adawam. Ashashwa meaning wasted away is he, Adawam red. Because Esau Edom came out red from birth. And ultimately, that land really belongs to the children of Israel, man. The so called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But you know, we've been stripped of our heritage, we're scattered amongst the nations, and we're waiting on the Lord, our Kingsman Redeemer, to bring us back into the land. But this is the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, and I'm going to start from 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian, of Padanaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, because, Rebecca couldn't bear children for Isaac at first. So he inquired of the Lord why it was so. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebecca, his wife, conceived. So the Lord had mercy and opened up Rebecca's womb. And that's the actual thing, man. The Lord can close a woman's womb if you're trying to make children with her, if he doesn't want her to conceive. And he can also open a woman's womb where, you know, you dip the stick in, and literally, man, before you know it, the belly's growing. And the children struggled within her. And she said, if it be so, as in, if this be a blessing for me to be having children, why am I thus? Why am I suffering with these birth pains? And she went to inquire of the Lord, which would have been, through a prophet, you know. And the Lord, she would then have been speaking to the Lord directly. And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So let's break that down. The Lord, through the spirit and power of his prophets, it was made known to Rebecca, two nations are in thy womb. Yeah, she was having two separate nations that were going to be separated from her, that were residing within her womb, which was Jacob and Esau. Jacob, who would later have his name changed to Israel, and Esau, who's interchangeable with Edom, man. Ultimately, the wicked one. The protagonist and the antagonist of this story. Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, Jacob being stronger than Esau, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So he came out red all over like a hairy garment because his pigmentation was wasted away from him. So his blood showed forth from beneath his skin, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, supplanter. And Isaac was 60 years old when she bare him. So Isaac was 60 years old when his wife Rebekah conceived with the twins Jacob and Esau, man. And it tells you, the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, typical Edomite spirit out there in the wild with his gun, his sword, trying to basically kill something. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, simple, easy going. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And you know the story. Jacob was clothed with the rough skin. He went and stood by his father Isaac. In his old age, Isaac gave the blessing over to Jacob because it was prophesied in the spirit. Esau sold his birthright for a morsel of meat, some red pottage, and was upset by the fact that his brother took it and wanted to kill him. And since then, man, we've been interlocked in a battle, a galactical battle with these devils. But the Lord ultimately is going to have the Israelites, the true Israelites, win in the end, man. Revelations 2 and 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, speaking about the true Israelites. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. The Zionists are a part of that the cabal, man. They're the head of that cabal, part of the head of that cabal. Ultimately, they don't believe in the Lord. They don't believe in keeping the laws of the Torah. They don't believe that the Heavenly Father sent His Son down. Ultimately, like a lot of them, really and truly, man, are just straight up Satanists and using the Talmud as their true book, but fronting it with the Bible. That's why ultimately, man, these small hats, Amalek, all the way down to the rest of the tribes of Esau, Edom, are going to be totally done away with and destitute because they are the wicked, man. And as you can see, Exodus 17 and 8, then came Amalek and fought with Israel and Rephidim. Exodus 17 and 9, continuing on, and Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of Yahweh in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses asked him and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. But you see, Amalek has always been a mortal enemy of the Israelites. But guess what? You look at this Deuteronomy 25:17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when you were come forth out of Egypt. Just a second. How he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not Yahweh. You see? So even when we came out of the wilderness, man, when we came out of Egypt, these small hats were trying to slay Jake, man. Therefore it shall be, when the Lord Yahweh have given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, in the land which the Lord Yahweh thy God giveth thee, for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Thou shalt not forget it. Yeah. And what task was Saul given? Saul was given the task to go in there and blot out Amalek. Guess what he did? He brought Agag the king back. So the Lord punished. You know the story of Saul, but Amalek, man, is the hated of the nations, man. Esau, Edom, but of course Amalek is the chief tribe of Esau. Same way Judah is the chief tribe of Israel. Amalek is also the equivalent for the Edomites, man. Just a second. Salakia, I didn't get the reference before I moved in Numbers, the 24th chapter and the 20th verse. That's it. And when he looked on Amalek, he took this parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. When you read Obadiah, the book of Obadiah, you go through that whole chapter. There's not a strand of hope for any Edomite. Every single one of them shall fall by the sword. They're all going to die, man. Thus saith the Lord. Numbers 20. Let me start from Numbers 24. Let me start from verse 18. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. So you see, all of this work that on the left hand side and wickedness that the small hats are doing to try and take Palestine, thinking that it is there slaughtering those Ishmaelites, man. Everyone's gonna remember that, including those Ishmaelites. And when we get back into power and we have these Edomites under our hand, you best believe we're gonna set over them taskmasters, man. And some of those will be those same Palestinians that they're killing today, man. And even Mount Seir shall be taken from them, man. They're going to be taken. They're going to be our possession for 1,000 years, man, for us to get our get back. And after that, that balance is restored. They're going to be destroyed perpetually, man, forever. And Edom shall be a possession. Reading it again. Seir also shall be a possession. Mount Seir shall be taken from them, man. For, shall be a possession for his enemies. And Israel shall do valiantly. We're going to run through these devils. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion and shall destroy him that remaineth in the city. That's right. Yahweh Shai is going to basically, man, lead the charge. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up this parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations. Yeah, these devils are ruling, man. These small hats are ruling the world. You know, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, those types of families, man. The elite banking families that Esau, Edom, you know, financially got a chokehold on the world, man. But his latter end, their latter end, shall be that they perish forever, that he perish forever, you know. Every single one of these Edomites is going to be taken out. You best believe it, man. As is written in the Apocrypha in the book of Second Ezra, man. As when Esau was born, Jacob's hand held the hill of Esau, man. Just a second. Let me just grab it from the Apocrypha real quick. Second Ezra 6 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, yeah, of Isaac's seed, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. So, you know, Esau came up first. The elder served the younger, however, as it was prophesied, and Jacob's hand was holding the hill of Esau. Jacob the supplanter had his hand on the hill of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's right. For Esau is the end of the world, and we are at the very bitter end of this man's kingdom. That's why he's doing any and everything in his power to try and keep um, hold of his authority. But he's gonna fall, man. People can see these small hat devils for exactly what they are, man. The devils that they are. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's right. The hand of man is betwixt the hill and the hand. Other questions Esdras asked thou not. So, long story short, the angel gave Esdras a vision, a foreshadowing, I should say, sorry, of how Israel ultimately in the end of days was going to pull down Jacob. Sorry, was going to pull down Esau. Jacob was going to pull down Esau, Satan, Salakia. And ultimately, the Heavenly Father, pursuant to the book of Jeremiah, is going to use us to do it by making us his battle axe and weapons of war when we're changed. That's what we're fighting for. That's the earnest expectation of the creature, man, to be manifested, in perfection with the Lord. And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Ratazar, that be a day soon, man. We can't wait to exert our judgment on these devils, man, through the charge of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That time is coming, it's speedily approaching. Best believe it. Shalom.